Okay, guys. I am pretty new to the YouTube stuff, and so bear with me a little bit if I mess up a lot. I don't have a big editing software stuff or whatnot. I just have the normal stuff you get on Windows. Anywho, this is my 2018 F250 Super Duty. It's got roughly about 28,000 miles on it, and it came with the stock Goodyear tires, the Kevlar style. It was a good tire, but they were about 33s, and they just always looked too small. They looked a little too narrow, a little bit too small for the wheel well. I'm used to lifted trucks and stuff, and it's probably the last truck I ever buy, so I'm not going to lift it. I'm going to keep it in a stock configuration, except for the tires. So I decided to put 35s on it. Seen some videos out there, and they're all good videos that I watched, but a lot of them didn't go through what pros and cons are, I guess, about these tires going to the 35s. Well, these are the BF Goodrich, all-terrain TAs, KOs, great tire. Um, uh, 35, 12 and a half R18s. It's got the right load rating for the truck and all that. They fit on my 18-inch wheels just fine. Um, it rides great, better than the stock ones did. Um, I actually are getting better fuel economy with it, probably because less revs per minute. It does. Now this is not the diesel. This is the 6.2, which is a very powerful motor in my eyes. Glad to have a gas, as well as upcoming diesel stuff that's been hearing in the news. Um, but all in all, it doesn't rub. Um, they handle nice. A little better ride. A little cushier, more sidewall. I think they look great. Lifted up the truck just a touch. I can still get my garage, which is truck's always been kept in the garage. Um, Very happy with it. Now, there's some videos out there that talk about basically just how it looks and all that, and they will fit a stock configuration on an F250. Um, but they don't talk about the computer and stuff, and it does throw off the GPS some. And I didn't notice too much at all, like maybe a mile an hour in the city and a couple of mile an hour on the highway. So I went ahead and downloaded the ForeScan and made some adjustments, and I found out that basically the best way to do it is uh, when you go down to the tire size. On my ForeScan, the newest software, it gave me about 6 or 7 different tire options that came with this truck. And at first, I just want to put in the metric circumference in by manually, and it took it, and but it knocked out my when I did that, it knocked out my pressure gauge, or telling the pressure of the tires inside the truck. Um, but it eventually came on after a few minutes of driving. Um, but I went back, and my recommendation is to go with the tallest tire that your truck says that it could get put on, and put that on, which basically equals a 34.5-inch tire, and it pretty much puts the truck to stock versus not knowing how big the tire is itself that's on it, without telling it it's on it. It basically tricks the truck from um, saying that, or it tricks the truck saying that, hey, um, my stock tires are back on it. I got my gear ratio back up. It says peppy as it was before with my smaller tires, but when I first put these 35s in, it did lag. It did have a, when you got on it, it was kind of on the slower side, but then it would go. But now, after I made a change with ForeScan, made a huge difference. So my pep's back, everything. Excuse how dirty it is too. It's we've had rain here in North Carolina, and um, roads are all sandy and dirty and whatnot. Um, But I just want to reach out to everybody, let everybody know that don't be afraid. Put the 35 and a half or 35, 12 and a half on your truck. It'll be happy. You'll be happier. I believe that I believe I'll be using the same size tires for the remainder of this truck's life. And this is probably my last large truck. So, thank you for listening to me, and please subscribe. And thank you for your time. And I look forward to your comments. Have a good day.